motion. Start with the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, call the meeting in order.
I'll make a motion we approve our agenda for September 13th.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for September 6th, 2022.
No, second.
Thanks, Randy. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, meetings attended.
I had none.
I had none.
Okay, I was supposed to get on to conservation last night. We had a storm come through Florida, can't believe that, and I couldn't get on, but I missed that. But I did meet with 4 contractors on the sidewalks and stuff last week. Got them through and finally you did get all of them, didn't you, finally?
You got the 2 bids you sent, right?
Right.
Yep.
Yes. And did you get the one text one?
No.
Okay. I thought I sent it by, you get the one from Columbus Properties or Columbus Construction?
No. The ones I got
Okay.
were Berger Brothers and McGill Coleman Concrete.
Okay. Yep. That's it.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. So I met with them. They're out there working on the boilers this morning, getting them taken out at the complex. Still waiting on an electrician to get some more things done out there. I think that's about it. And on them bids, what I did is they just bid labor. We took care of the concrete, the gravel, and the material, just to keep the taxes off. And I think we get a better value that way. Gravel, we get a discount. The concrete, we get a discount. So just trying to keep our costs down. So the bids we have on both of them are just labor, and they do the material like the forms and stuff like that. But when it comes down to DOT mats for the crossings and the rebar and the concrete and gravel, that's on us plus that labor. So just explain that a little bit. Any questions on that?
No, sounds like it's going to do a great A job.
Yeah, it's I think it's roughly, if we did everything, when we do everything, we probably won't get it all done this year because of where we're sitting in the calendar, and when it starts getting cold, but we're only going to tear up what we can finish for the year. But it'll get us on a course to get this all replaced and get it looking good for future generations.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I think it's right around 800 yards when we get it all done.
And that's
What?
Sidewalks and then out at the sheriff's office.
That's just at the jail and the courthouse. What that includes is sidewalks, of course, on all the buildings. The courthouse, it would be 3 sides. On the jail, it would be the 2 sides. It would include the whole new driveway for the and parking for the old jail, our offices, all the way out to the property line. The courthouse, it would include the 3 front and back sidewalks, and then the sidewalks on the north side, and then that's of course being raised up and gravel added to the underneath side of it, 4 inches thick, 5 foot wide. We're going to go 5 foot wide on all sidewalks. And then the sidewalk on the west side, we're going to incorporate that because of the drainage issues and our curbs and stuff are broke up. That'll be a no curb sidewalk that we'll have to get some parking blocks, but it'll kind of make the accessibility for seniors and handicap more available to the west side because there won't be a curb there. And also on that Circle Drive into the courthouse, on the north side of that, all the way up to the treasurer's office will be replaced and leveled out because it's not really set up for ADA because it's got like a low spot coming in, but we'll raise it up to the sidewalk going into the courthouse, and then around that area we got blocked off, we'll widen that driveway for future plans of replacing that or building up that center part over the electrical boxes.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You bet. Public comment or anybody?
Oh, we had a letter here from a person that,
I'll read that during the public hearing. Did you not say? The public hearing on public hearing for sale of conservation property?
Okay, sounds good. Any payroll changes? Any payroll changes in the files today?
oh, I ain't got that yet.
Well, for public input, I did get a hold of Danos from Dorsey. And on the 20th, he is not available until 1 p.m.
Okay,
So I
thank you.
didn't know if that would work or if you want to try a different day right after the board meeting.
What day would that be on, Sandy?
That would be next Tuesday, but it'd be like after.
How's that work for you two guys?
Yeah, that'll work.
And I sent out the email to everybody letting them know we're kind of tentatively planning on that day, but still weren't sure on the time. So.
We'll leave here, go to lunch, so and so we'll come back.
Okay. So,
Sounds good.
Okay, we have 2 payroll changes. One is a conservation employee that got his 90 days in and got a 10-cent raise. And the other is
Okay,
secondary roads that got
10% raise.
10-cent longevity raise.
Yeah.
okay, thank you. And looks like we can do number 7 if you guys seem to have time, want to do that.
When can we set that, Sandy? Give me a date and I'll make the motion.
Get it to the papers this week, it'll be published next week, so if you want to have it on the 27th meeting, we can do that.
Okay, 27th, everybody okay on that?
Yep, sounds good.
I'll make a motion, we set the date for the public hearing for the sale of the conservation parcel 12-17-201-000 to Black's Bluff.
Okay, got a motion?
I'll second that motion.
Thank you, Chris. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passed. Okay. Can we do a number 11 also too?
Well, that's after the public hearing.
Okay,
Ordinance.
Yeah, so we gotta wait here.
okay.
7.
Yep, I see that now. Yep.
It's only 8:45. Huh. Okay.
We could do 18, the fireworks permit for Donna Hartsock,
And 17.
and
Okay,
17.
You do one,
I'll do, make a motion, we sign the fireworks for LaDonna Hartsock on September 10th.
I'll second.
okay. Any discussion? Not all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Should I sign it
And
as co-chair?
And it's passed. It was nice to
Yeah.
look in. She didn't, yeah, it was a rigmarole.
You ready for the next one? Sam?
please,
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the Class C liquor license for LB's Bar and Grill. That's out on
Okay.
the old Epicurean. If anybody's wondering who that is. West of Columbus County. Motion, Chris?
And then I'm trying to find it, but I will second the motion. Here it is.
Yeah, it's just an email.
And
okay.
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
Nope.
If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. And I see Roxanne won't be here today. But she left us an email with everything, can explain everything real well.
Yes. She had to be in Cedar Rapids today.
Yeah.
So I guess we are kind of on hold until we get Adam Cottle here at 9:15.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless we do the bids for sidewalk.
Okay. One he
bid
bid
is, best bid is. Did you read this bid? I mean, everything is referenced to the city.
Yeah, he didn't quite understand it was a county thing.
All concrete to walk the dump site, city, no cost to us. Remove spoil, city, no cost to us. Aggregate, city. What are we gonna do about that?
Yeah, and where we're gonna, we have a place out there on the River Road where they dump concrete only, and that's what we're gonna fill in that corner.
Yeah, my question is, bid like this for this amount of money, and it references the city on everything here rather than county, are we gonna be okay?
Yeah,
If we take a bid?
yeah,
Maybe it isn't the low bid. That's the case when we're. I don't know.
yeah. I don't think that's the bid you're gonna take anyway, so.
Okay, well, just remarking about it. Chris has got, well, how many we got?
just two.
Two, and we had 4 people come over, and the other ones did not declined to bid on it.
Okay, which,
And that
this one I had to add them all.
Columbus,
Well, there's two,
yeah,
there's two. 217,320 and 52,000. 269,320.
Oh, this one's only 112,750.
Well, the courthouse work here is 217,320. And then on the next page, we're talking about the annex. So I've got two different, and that's correct.
Okay, this one, I wonder, Brad. He's got the parking lot. Would that be out at the jail?
No, none of us is out there at the jail. This is all in town.
All for, if when he's talking jail, I think that
He means
they're referencing this whole thing.
Okay, I see
They
it.
should say annex parking lot. Shouldn't even say anything about jail, but anytime it's mentioned jail, they're referencing this old one.
Yeah.
There is
Correct.
no concrete work.
There's nothing.
for the
It's all here at the Wapello location.
Okay, here, it's got parking lot, old jail, sidewalk, two different bids, and then courthouse, east side, north side, west side.
Correct.
And it comes to 114,759.
Correct.
Adding all five of them twice to be sure.
This other one is, like I said, 269,320. Now, are we sure there's not a mistake on scope of work here? When we get two bids,
No,
$1,000, how much did you say yours was?
114.
There's $150,000 difference in two bids. Somebody's looking at something
correct.
different than somebody else is.
One's union and the other one's local guys from the Columbus Junction area.
Really? You think? I'm just looking at this bid when they, concrete sidewalks on Franklin Street, 29,000. Concrete sidewalk on Main Street, 29,000. Well, and that courthouse is square, so you're talking the same length. Concrete courthouse front parking, curb and sidewalks. Front parking, curb and sidewalks. Is that, they're saying front, is that this side, west side?
So I would.
Front of the courthouse is east side. But they're saying courthouse front parking lot and sidewalks, 51,000. Concrete sidewalks on 4th Street.
How much was Franklin Street compared to Main Street?
Concrete courthouse, main lot and driveways, 77,000. I'm just making sure we're comparing apples to apples on these, on what's going on here.
Yeah, they're apples to apples. I've looked them over and this is how they have them. And Columbus Properties is a small company. They're Columbus Construction, and you see how they wrote their bid up. And
I haven't looked at theirs. How are they individually, you know, is there just one big thing for concrete?
No, this one's listed out courthouse, east side, 12,994, north side, 9,050, west side,
North side is how much?
9,050.
Okay, north side. Does that be Franklin?
No, it'd be Main Street.
Or
that would be Franklin.
No, Franklin's the south side.
all I want to do,
No, it's north side.
is he right? Hell, I don't know.
Franklin's north side.
This is Franklin here, isn't it?
This
Okay,
one.
Franklin is the north side, right? It's
Okay,
Washington.
so now I've got it, here it says sidewalks on the street. What's your price?
9,050.
This is 29,400.
Okay.
But we're just talking labor, guys,
There's $20,000 difference right there. Now, is that
just in labor.
9,000 there?
Yeah.
Or is that just the cost of concrete, or is that just the, is there anything on there that says that we have to pay for the concrete and that's the labor?
We are paying for the
That-
contract. We,
That labor, concrete's on top of all this stuff. I don't care if you're at the 221,000.
Okay, I'm glad we're having this discussion.
we can get it from Ideal at our county discount.
Okay, that's fine. So this is nothing but labor,
Yes.
Correct.
and the one will do it for 9,000, the other will do it for 29,000. Okay, now let's just do a little more comparison here. Now it says sidewalks on Main Street. Now, what are they calling Main Street there? Or is that Main?
That's the divide, that's the east side.
That's the east side, Main Street. Yeah, you're right. With the division down the center of it. That is Main. Okay. 29,900. What's it say for Main Street there?
East side, 12,994.
Okay. Is there any mobilization?
No,
Okay, so hauling equipment, fuel surcharges, tools and trucks. There's charging $7,600 for mobilization, I would guess. Okay, let me go back up here. Concrete courthouse, front parking lot, curb, and sidewalks. Now, are they calling this the front?
Yeah, I would presume, the west side is the big one.
4th Street.
The west side, which is actually the back side of the courthouse. And they're saying courthouse front parking lot, curb, and sidewalks. The curb work was gonna be done here.
Mhm.
What's it got for price there?
55,372.
Well, here we're 51,660.
But they also included the Circle Drive on theirs, and they broke it down separately on the other one.
I think so, I'm getting there, I wanna keep working my way through here, hang on. Sidewalks on 4th Street. Tell me which is 4th Street.
One between the courthouse and the annex.
So they're adding more.
So the courthouse, the front parking lot, and the sidewalks, it's 51. Sidewalks on 4th Street says 21. What are we talking about there? You just told me that's on the west side here. We aren't doing both sides, are we?
Of the courthouse?
No, the street on this west one.
Yeah, but which one are you talking about, courthouse or the jail? I can't see it.
By this bit.
And these two over here too.
Well, that's the next.
Are you
page.
doing the one on the jail side, like of the annex,
Of the fourth.
in front of
Right.
the jail? Whole
That's-
jail.
We're on Old Jail, then we have sidewalks and parking lot.
Well, his is not that plain.
Yeah, his is a little convoluted.
Yeah, I think here on the next page, annex building, the concrete prices for the areas of the same size. The satellite shows any variations to this could add or subtract cost when we start work. It's $52,000 for the work that's gonna be done over here.
Or here it's,
And I don't know. Front parking, which is, he says, street parking, parentheses, street parking, front sidewalk, and new curb included in our estimate. So is that on the west side of that's the annex side?
I don't know what they're,
Who's you talking about, Randy?
Well, on this Berger Brothers, I've got two different pages. The first page is scope of work is the courthouse. The second page is scope of work is the annex building. I'm trying to figure out, and it's just $52,000 for the annex. And I'm trying to figure out what we're gonna get over here if it includes the sidewalk out to the east. Does it include the?
Yeah, it includes all the sidewalks, both on the Franklin side and the 4th Street side. But does not include the sidewalk up to the old jail, because I told them that that won't be replaced right now until we figure out what we're going to do with that building.
Okay. Well,
And that includes taking out the stuff was put in like 4 years ago on that little taper to keep water from running down into the basement of the old jail. And that will all be lifted up. And then where you come into the apron, it comes into the front door. We'll probably cut that and keep it at that height, but bring the whole driveway up about that height before it slopes away from the annex and off to the road.
all right, well, back to my questioning on all of this. I've worked my way up to concrete sidewalks on 4th Street was 21,000. The concrete, it says courthouse front parking curb and sidewalks is 51. So there's apparently that's like $72,000 worth of labor. That's what they're pricing for 55.
Correct.
Look at it, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now and the big price here is concrete courthouse, main lot, and driveways. Now, is that the circle drive?
Correct.
Courthouse, main lot. Yeah,
That's the parking along the road.
main lot.
Along.
Well, they should be able to call it the main lot on the other side. I wouldn't
Because
think.
we're not changing the other side out. Just the sidewalk.
Well, yeah, okay. So it has to be, their description is when they say main lot and driveways, we're not changing anything on the other side and there are no driveways.
no,
So that's a
Correct.
the circle
not
drive,
yet, nobody's tried it.
extending that back so we can make the curve better. We can keep them off of the, over the top of the basement. That's 77,000. What does he have here?
That's not even in here. That's,
That's probably
well,
just in
it's
the
west
butt.
side and it's 55.
Okay, there's why the 55 is so expensive.
Yeah, and what that's for is everything on the north side, and probably we'll keep we got about 40 foot on the south side that it's not broke up at all. It's that old aggregate concrete. And I said we'll keep that just because that's a little aesthetics for the building, but it's perfect. There's no cracks or nothing in it, and it's holding up good, and it's wide enough. And we're going to tie into that, and then that'll take us all the way out to the edge.
Okay, I
But
think
that's
I think they're comparable work. It's just that
yeah.
there's a huge difference in labor and mobilization and stuff like that. Well, not the mobilization minor compared to the rest of it, but it is a almost $8,000 extra, which there is none on here. Back again, local people, they're not going to charge.
And we take care of all material.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure everybody understood that.
in this, the last paragraph, all materials are supplied by city, which they mean county. Cement, rock, expansions, cure, spray, rebar, templates, all dump fees. That would be all, that's it, all expenses, right? Well, I don't know how much more we can, I don't know how much more we can discuss it. You know, I don't know.
And that Columbus Construction, they've been used quite a bit throughout the city, and we've used them on housing projects. And they're a small group out of Columbus Junction, Iowa, and
I get it.
they do good work.
You know, that's the bid to go with. My God, if we can save $150,000 here, we're gonna do that. But I just wanna make sure that we're getting,
Are they bonded?
Yes, they got insurances and stuff.
I just want to make sure that we aren't going to get this done and say, oh, we wanted that also. But I guess we're gonna have to have we'll have an extra 150,000 if there is a little bit of extra.
Room for a lot of change orders.
There's a room for a lot of change order here.
Yeah, they all covered it. We covered it real well with both groups, so
You
there
were
was no question.
with them when they looked at this.
No, all throughout. Each one of them took about 2.5 hours.
Was one of us, was anybody with them?
He said he was with,
I was.
Here, maybe I shouldn't be.
he was with them for each 2.5 hours.
You were with them each 2.5 hours and went over this.
Times 4, yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, there's nothing more to talk about here because it's no different than me the other day being over here with the tuck pointers.
Yeah.
As long as we know one of us talked to them about what we expected and what we saw. Wow, it's not very often that a bid on something like this is that much difference, but
Well, it's a big city bid and local bid.
that's okay. Yep.
Well, I'll make a motion, we accept the McGill Coleman concrete bid.
Their actual name is Columbus Concrete or Columbus Construction. That's their actual name.
Columbus Construction.
Yeah, from Columbus Junction, Iowa.
Okay, I'll make a second. I'll second it.
Okay, any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Did you write?
And I'll let them know. Thank you.
Aye. It's on the
I
back.
didn't write anything on it. I might have printed them off.
I'll put it on both pages.
I'm sure somebody's gonna ask, so, yeah.
We're, looks like we're gonna get a lot of concrete work done, a lot of improvements down there.
Sidewalks needed.
Yeah, and we'll probably do the annex first,
Easily.
and we're gonna do it in 2 parts. We'll have one part for we can keep the place open and operating. We might have to use a back door on the front approach for a day. But other than that, we'll do the concrete in 2 different pours so we can still have our meetings and operations.
Yep.
Yeah, we gotta stay open. Okay, we got 15 minutes before a public hearing and Adam Shutt walked in.
Okay, it's Adam, how you doing?
Doing all right, Brad. Rest of the game.
Good, good.
I've been working on construction a lot this week. They paved, they paved 305.
Looks great.
Got most of it done on Saturday, finished up yesterday. They had a couple spots where kind of the asphalt didn't quite finish right, so we had to come back and do a little work on that. They're out there today doing the rock shoulders. Hopefully get that done today or tomorrow. So get that done,
Excellent.
eventually get that painted up, and we'll be done with that project. So.
How's G44X?
G44X. I've decided.
You're gonna tell me that it's open tomorrow or the next day?
No, I'm gonna keep it closed until Christmas. I'm just kidding.
I want you to go for coffee with me tomorrow morning, will you?
I've heard everybody's complaints and it's hardened my soul. Just kidding. They are going to, the plan is to, they've been out rocking and prepping for, approach guardrail work tomorrow or Thursday. So it should.
And I think that was what, it's on schedule then.
Yeah,
And I think that's what you told us last week.
It's a week late, so from what we originally said.
What we originally said,
Yeah.
but you told us last week that it
Yep.
would be,
Yep.
Today or tomorrow, whatever the guardrail, and then, because everything's poured and,
Yep, everything's poured. We actually,
okay,
usually you only have to wait 3 days for concrete, but this new concrete they're using, it
good,
barely gets its strength in 5 days. So
good,
it's
good.
another factor in slowing
Good.
things down.
Okay, it's,
So
all right.
the plan, as I know it, is to have it open tomorrow afternoon. That's the plan.
That's perfect.
Depends
That's
if they could
the,
get in a wreck on the way to the thing.
that's what I'm telling everybody.
Yeah.
And that's what
Yeah.
we have been this morning. That question got
Yeah.
presented to me and I said, I haven't heard any different. I would think that this week.
Yes.
And they all smiled.
So after they're done with that, they will come back sometime end of this week or next week to do joint sealing.
Yes.
And there will be a temporary little closure as they're putting
Sealing,
the
yeah,
sealing in the
gotcha.
joint, and then they'll come back some other time and paint and all that, but it'll be open to traffic. We appreciate, Jimmy, you write this, we appreciate the public's patience through this process.
Oh, you're telling a politician.
Just like we appreciated the public's patience with the Oakville bridges and the Wellfield bridges and the W66 bridges and the bridges next year.
Okay,
So,
Future bridges. Mhm.
okay.
yeah. So, and you know, that bridge was in terrible shape. I don't know if you guys went down there and saw all the rebar they ripped out and replaced, and it's just.
I seen it when they was cutting the top off with the water, and it was down a long ways.
Yep. Yeah. So.
Is that how much further could that have went before we had to replace that bridge?
Not too much longer.
That's what I was wondering.
The deck was like 7 inches thick, and we removed 5 inches of concrete to get down to the bad stuff. So. That it was kind of interesting. I know Casey plows that, and there's always that bump that he hits all the time. He always complains about it. Well, after we got the approach concrete done, there was water sitting along the bridge there, just black stuff, and that's why it would freeze and thaw and all that. So anyway, so that bridge should finish up this week. You know, clean up stuff like that. We should be done with it all. Done with construction hopefully by next week. Should be done. The other thing is we got that trail in Columbus, and that's late start date is like October 3rd, and we do not expect them to come any sooner than
Till that day.
So
Hey, Adam.
yes, sir.
On that approach down there, I was down there when they had that tore apart and they had gravel and stuff in that point. What keeps that from ever happening again where we had that so much water? I never got to see it with that black water in it, but I seen it after they got it tore out.
Right. There is a tile drain down along adjacent to the bridge there. And then there's also expansion joints.
Okay. So there was not a tile there before?
No, there was not a tile there, and there were not expansion joints. So as that concrete, heats and cools, it expands and pushes against the bridge, and the bridge can't go anywhere. So that's kind of how that area got buckled and all that. So
sounds good. Okay, thank you.
This, in years, 20 years, that tile may become plugged again, but it's going to make it better. Yeah, for sure. So.
Because that bridge was built in 77, correct?
I don't know the exact date. I know it was built in the 70s, so it's approaching 50 years now. So
yeah,
if
it was there before the power plant was built.
So if we get another 20 or 30 years out of it,
that's good.
pretty good run. 77 before. Okay, before that. would say closer to 74, 75.
Okay, so yeah, we're pushing 50 on that, so.
I only drove that road for 6, 8 months when it was gravel. I remember running gravel trucks down there when it was a gravel pit.
Mhm.
They were in the process.
Yeah.
of building it. When they paved it, they built that bridge also. So
Yeah,
I've been here since 70.
I'm later.
Yes, yeah, you should know too.
yeah,
That
so,
was a page project. Yep.
John Pash, yeah,
yeah,
No,
before him.
sure it wasn't Bud Smith. Pash didn't come back. We had Bud for a year. And then we had, Phil Downs run the county for a year. We run without it. Then John Pash come back. I thought it was prior to Pash. I don't know.
Been a while ago.
Been a long
anyway,
time.
hopefully we don't have to worry about that bridge for a
Yeah.
while, so. On the next round, we've got that one up on W66 bidding out in November. So we'll get going on that.
Okay.
Hope to get the plans for 160th done here sometime, but I've been the last couple weeks, we haven't had a maintenance supervisor. We've been short on tech, so I haven't been in the office very much at all, so. Anyway, we'll get back hopefully to normal, get a tech. I'm doing one interview this week and a maintenance supervisor will be back next week, so we should be back to full load here, hopefully. So other than that, with the road crews, we got some guys out by Morning Sun are finishing up this week, ditching and do a couple pipes here and kind of start getting some things done before weather turns cold. So junction crews out fixing that, all that little bridge arch deal, just to stop all that there, I think washes out. We're patching that thing up. The rest of the guys are mowing and blading and stuff like that. So what's going on? We've got some guys who are going to send a motor grader training at the end of the month. There's a company that provides training in our county and Des Moines and Henry and Fleet, Washington, where we're all sending some
Good.
guys there to learn
Good.
some, advanced techniques. Got some engineer type training coming up and technician training and what else we got? There's some winter maintenance classes and things like that going on. I guess the big thing is I think Hire is going to start concrete work on the shop there next Monday. We've got a contractor coming in to adjust that door, to raise that door up. And hopefully a couple weeks we'll have that done and all that. We are going through an amendment to put some money into that fund so we can pay and then get reimbursed or whatever. So,
Okay.
Other than that, basic maintenance things going on. So, any issues for me other than that?
No, I'm not hearing anything at all. We were just,
Yeah,
other than me being anxious to get G44X open
yeah,
for those people in that community. Big thing was harvest. They were getting real goosey.
Which they harvest down there sometimes a little earlier than the rest of the county, right?
Well, yeah, but the guys that live down there that have ground up on the bluff was
Yeah.
one of the major problems.
Yeah,
Wasn't
Yeah,
so much hauling anything, because anybody down that bottom is gonna haul into GBC or got their own storage. It was the people that lived down there but farmed up in the Grandview area.
yeah,
But it's fine. We've made it.
I heard some complaints of people living in Columbus and going to Bear that it adds 20 minutes to their drive. And
Well, yeah,
the math doesn't
No,
work.
I haven't heard much of that, people that are going back and forth to work and this and that. I'm sure it affects them also.
Yeah, so
Put it
So,
on a new car, it takes 20 minutes.
yeah. So,
Hey, Adam.
yeah, Brad.
The intersection up there on the old 61 there at the L&M school, I've heard a couple complaints where that used to have a turning lane at that a lot of the asphalt's degraded and it's got a big gap in between the roads. That was one of them I just heard recently again.
Yeah, we did some patching up there this spring. I don't know if that patching is held up. You know, it's kind of not a lot of traffic there, but yeah, I'll take a look at it here, but
Yeah, I just got to talk to somebody last week about it, so thank you.
yep. I think so on our ditching, ditching and pulling and shoulders, we did have a few complaints, but after they're done, you can see that we had a plan all out. Everybody seems to be happy there, so hopefully through this spring we'll see that we don't have the potholes. So. All right, well, I think I've filled your time up to your next meeting, so.
You're looking good. Thanks, Adam.
Thank you, Adam.
Thanks.
Thanks for the update.
We're probably ready for the other Adam. Yeah. We're on time.
Yeah,
There he is. The other Adam.
right on time.
Adam show. Yes.
Not yet, anyway. I don't know.
Hi, Gunny.
Good morning, Bradley.
How you doing, bud?
I'm doing okay.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Still in the recovery mode, but making progress.
Better every day, right?
It seems sometimes it's one step forward, two steps back, but yeah, workload is picked up quite substantially and remains steady. Budget, we're in real good shape. Obviously, we're still in the first quarter. The 2080 agreement has been signed and forwarded back to Muscatine to get their, I think, their commission chair to sign off on it. And then when I get that back, I'll give Sandy a copy of that, and I'll take a copy in my office as well. Outreach, I had 147 contacts since our last BOS briefing. I did 5 home visits, 18 office visits. Didn't get to do any nursing home visits because I've kind of been sickly lately, and I didn't want to bring that into the nursing home. Talking about nursing home, we have 26, Junction has 11, Wapello has 11, and Morrison has 4. Those are the same numbers that we had last month.
Yes.
Muscatine County CVSO, he's done his training. All he has to do now is provide that training certification to the national conference, and then he'll get his blessing and he'll be able to do his own claims. I expect that to be done within this month.
Good.
Recently attended the Columbus Junction Legion and VFW meetings. We're planning for a veteran appreciation meal Sunday, October 23rd. And I'll put an ad in the newspaper starting next week so we can have reservations. That way I'll know how many meals to order and keep a handle on that. And that will be at the Brick Center. My commission and I continue to plan for FY23 outreach. First quarter assistance, we're still at 225. Van update right now approximately has 64,000 miles and is in good order. Training and travel for FY22-23 fall school is set for October 10 through 14. My commission will also be there for training on that Monday the 10th. Our next meeting is Thursday, September 15th. Of course, you're always welcome to come. Just straightforward, down and dirty.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for the update.
You bet.
And Adam, if you give me the information.
Thanks, Adam.
You bet.
Put together for that, I'll put it on the audio page too.
We do that.
Oh, okay.
Reserve officer deed. That's, yeah. That's gonna be the next one. That's where we're at, isn't it?
Got it.
And then, Yeah, I got 3 public hearings in a row.
30-minute intermission.
Yeah, I've got 3 public hearings in a row that we'll have to just work through.
Well, I wish Roxanne, she knows it's the same week every month, and she knows about her meetings, and she'd let me know ahead of time, and I'd adjust. But I didn't know about it till yesterday.
Yeah, I got an email on it too.
I'm like, oh, it's a little late now, because they've been published, and
Mhm.
so.
Hey, guys, also, one of my meetings I went to, the city had a meeting for about annexing some of the land that's out there at the Hank property. They're annexing in. I did attend that. I was the only person there. None of the trustees or anybody was there, but I made it. So they're going to go forward. Is this an informational meeting anyway? But
It was a public hearing, wasn't it?
yes.
Because some of the trustees had talked to the county attorney and declined not to show up.
Yeah, I was there. I was the only one there. So
They might have built that road in 77. Grandpa died in 75, and he wasn't up there.
I came down in the summer of 76, and I got on that road when it was being built. And it was being graded and everything. It was summer of 76.
yeah, you're probably right on that, Jim, because I was driving truck at 77, building a power plant, and that road was completed. And that road got heavy use a year after it got built because there's a lot of gravel hauled on that. I know I was hauling just myself. I think there was 80 some trucks hauling. I was hauling 10 loads a day down that road.
And like 3,500 people working there.
Mhm.
It was a huge project.
It's all before my time.
Yeah, right. Remember, you're a lot older than I am.
Whatever you gotta think to make yourself feel good.
Hey, what was the deal? I heard that on the news about the guy or kids coming to school with threat of a gun.
I seen a Facebook and it was at a residence in the middle of the night. It was on there.
Yeah, it was on the news down there. I just caught the edge of it. I didn't catch what it was.
It was on the guy's doorbell camera.
Yes, yeah, and it was on the national news in Florida.
Really?
Where'd that happen? Here?
Right here. And Facebook had it Friday. But the gun, like a soft, it didn't look like a real gun, but
Yeah, you never know.
yeah.
And I heard his friend said his name, so they apprehended him quite quickly.
They got pulled out of school the next morning.
Yeah, I heard that he said his name. Hey, they got a doorbell cam or something. I didn't know it was even Wapello when I was televising, so I didn't pay much attention to it till I heard Wapello, Iowa.
So it's just a prank then?
I haven't, And on Facebook, it shows someone coming up to this house with a long gun, looking like in her hands.
And I think the husband worked third shift and they knew that.
Oh,
So whatever their intentions were.
But the gun looked like a BB gun or, but the buddy is back behind says they got a doorbell camera, it's lit up. And then everybody fell down and everything else trying to get away from there. But
Yeah, that'll be the next ad for your doorbell cameras.
yeah. The grandson was showing me the whole video on Facebook every Friday afternoon.
Really? Yeah, I shared yesterday about 100,000 people at Disney World. It wasn't supposed to be that busy, but it was packed.
Yesterday?
Yeah. It was only like 90 degrees and 95% humidity.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't bad.
cold up here.
It's only about 50 here this morning.
Really?
Actually, I was walking,
It
see my breath this morning.
My first morning of a long sleeve shirt, so winter,
Really?
yeah.
Yesterday out working with the breeze blowing, I wore a hooded sweatshirt till about 2 or 3 o'clock.
Oh my gosh. It's beautiful down here.
Well, we got 80s and 90s coming later on this week.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, first day of fall's only what, week away?
Probably the 21st. A little over a week. So 9:45, we gotta wait for this public hearing.
Yeah, first one, and every 15 minutes.
Chris, you'll be picking corn here pretty quick.
Cutting soundage right at this moment.
Really?
I don't need to be here.
See, they got the seed corn out up in Grandview area.
Yeah, some fields they've hit. South of Burlington, they were combining yesterday, but that area looked like our fields 3 weeks ago.
Huh.
It was getting new corn in at the ethanol plant yesterday.
That's amazing.
Here south and west of town, things will start happening in another week, I bet.
Yeah, I see that's going down pretty quick on that sand.
Yep.
Have you looked at your ears? Are they pretty full?
Yes, yes. Most of them.
Good.
There's a few
We
varieties.
didn't get a lot of rain, but we got it in the right time.
Yeah, that rain,
It was beautiful.
an inch and a half of rain that we got like 2 or 3 weeks ago, that's the one that put 10 bushels an acre on both beans.
Really. Yeah, we didn't get a lot this year, but we got it seemed at the right time.
Just snuck by.
Yeah.
Some varieties, some areas, you see a little tip back on the ear, but there's good kernel counts. Perfect stand, because you planted the corn to come up 4 days later. It was so darn hot. When we
Yeah. Seed hit the ground, and a couple days later, you had corn sprouts.
There's, every stand is 6.5 inches between stalks and 34 plants.
Yeah.
And every 17 feet, so we had to
Yeah.
for a super crop. Little 5 more inches of rain would have really made it. a big crop.
Yeah. Can't complain. I mean, we've had a lot of bad years.
No matter what, at least this year we got a price.
Yep. So far.
Beans is only up 75 cents yesterday after the crop report, so we can't complain. Usually that would kills the market right before harvest.
Be nice to have a big bin full.
Yeah.
Who would you have show this weekend? What much going on there? Ammo's coming down the price.
Well, that's about time.
Some of them still in the regular neighborhood, some of the stuff that is there now.
Well, they gotta start making that ammo for all these IRS agents.
Sitting at their desks.
Well, no, they said that, you know, they hired these 80,000 IRS agents. Yeah. But they also ordered like $2 or $3 million worth of firearms and ammo to go with these agents.
Are you sure?
What's your source?
Well,
Yeah.
There, I rest my case.
probably CNN.
I would Fox News. I will agree a little bit with her, and I usually don't.
This
Some
is,
of that stuff.
this is hearsay street talk. This sounded good, not
Yeah. It's the narrative, doesn't it? There are them all. Out there in the street, making sure I'm paying sales tax on the candy.
There you go. Yep. That's the way they used to do it.
Looking at that list on the PPP loans everybody got back 2 years ago, there's going to be a lot of people probably getting investigated over that. Did you ever go online and look at that? You can look at all that. Everybody got them.
Yeah, some people got more than you'd think, but
Oh, yeah. And a lot of them shouldn't even be on that list.
well, you can also
A lot of them don't have a business.
get on a list and see what us farmers got too. So I can't talk much here.
No, but that's what the 80,000 agents are for, them farmers.
You bet, they're crooks.
Just in Wapple alone, there's millions of dollars was given out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that should help the economy here in Wapello, Louisa County.
Then there's stupid people like myself that didn't get a dime.
As a corporation, you couldn't get nothing.
What's that, Chris?
If he's incorporated, you couldn't get nothing.
Yeah, I
Took the books.
I think I have 8 businesses and I didn't file for any of them because I didn't want to pay anything back. And there's some businesses in town got over $1 million.
Since we have time, I'm gonna walk over and see if Hicklin and Matthew sent those resolutions to my email. Because
Oh, okay.
that was doing it out of the office, so till today.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
I bought a deal up there that
It's over there, of course, right?
practice shooting inside. You get a target, and you set it, and you see my office is 30-some foot long. I'm long and narrow there. So I set that on the wall, the target, and then I set this phone on a little thing with the camera pointed towards it. Get it so it fits the camera. And then you go back 30 foot, and there's it's a laser that you put in the barrel of the gun. So when you cock it back, it'll strike it. When it strikes it, it sends that dot down. And then there's a program that you put on your phone, an app. And gives you time. You said, start the session, and it starts timing, and then you get back across the room. And then you can, now I've got it in 45 automatic, so that all I do is thumb the hammer back every time. You aren't, it's dry fire, completely dry fire. What it does is it lets you practice sight, picture, and trigger control.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it's at, sight, picture, and trigger control. Amazing how you flinch. Even on a dry fire.
Oh, yeah, more so than a.
Oh, yeah, yeah. But that's interesting. You can have 10 round strings or whatever, and you set there. And I'll thumb it back and shoot, and I'll usually put it down. And it will sound like it's hitting, and it'll tell you what you hit on the ring. 7, 8, 6, 10, whatever. And then you can take, I'll tell you what, pull up again, and you can do this fast, you can do this slow. But at the end of 10 rounds, and you walk down there on your phone, it shows you where every one of the rounds hit. Now, there's all kinds of other things they can do. I haven't learned that yet. But I didn't realize how bad my eyes are getting. Because I haven't shot on range for a long time.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize that unless I really think about it, how much I flinch. Oh, I gotta think. Now, as soon as I make myself think, I can hit what I mean. But just pulling up and shooting, God, you flinch.
Mm-hmm.
It will, wherever that laser, when it goes off, it's kind of a neat little setup.
Could be hard on firing pins sometime if you did it a lot.
I don't know, on a 45 automatic, I mean, I know what the firing pin's like in there and so on and so forth, and what it's doing is the little insert that's in there is a little brass insert with 2 O-rings, so it won't hurt your chamber. You put it in, shut the gun on it. There's no extractor, so you can jack it anytime you want to. To take it out, you take something with a soft, like an eraser, put down the end and just tap it, it comes out. But it is a rubber switch in the end of it.
Oh.
So that firing pin is hitting that rubber.
It's gotta give instead of
Oh yeah, it's
hammering the shoulder.
right. You're not hammering the shoulder of the firing pin because it's hitting
Something
a
spring
rubber that's springing. So I don't.
Yeah.
I thought about that once because after you do that 30, 40, 50 times, you're dry firing that gun 50 sometimes, just in one station messing around. But it didn't.
We'll get an old double action revolver and just see
Well,
how much that trigger pull.
The problem you got with revolvers is that insert that you got in there.
It's in the cylinder.
It's in the cylinder. You thumb her back, it'll turn it. You'd have to buy 6 of the inserts. And they're $60 a piece with a little laser in it. But if you would shoot the gun, roll it around, shoot the gun, roll it around. I actually made more for automatics, but the thing about like if you're gonna shoot, let's say you're gonna do some target practice with a Glock, you've got to rack it every time. You shoot, rack it, shoot, rack it. That's why it doesn't have an extractor on it. It stays in the barrel. In a 1911, that's what I shoot.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have an exposed hammer. So it's just real easy to shoot, just thumb her back. Every time that you shoot it, just thumb it back and shoot it. It's kind of a neat thing. It was $100. Maybe it won't last much, over $100 worth. But they had one set up at the show. The guy was just selling them like hotcakes. And you can, it will work up to 100 foot. So, I could go out like in my shop and put it against the wall, back up 30 yards and start that. And that would be interesting. I'll bet you at 30 yards, I'd have a heck of a time hitting a target like this.
With a pistol, yeah.
With a handgun. that takes some, you don't realize how rusty you are. I can still shoot a handgun pretty decent, but I'm rusty compared to what I used to be. I've got targets on the wall out in my shop that were shot 12 years ago when we had to qualify to get our concealed weapon permits, where they just tear the center out of targets at 25 yards. God, I couldn't do that now. My eyes just, them iron sights, I have trouble with that stuff.
Yeah, that 45, you only have to hit it once.
Well, yeah,
Take the whole target out.
oh yeah, all you gotta do is, and we had that big discussion at the gun show, all you gotta do is, as soon as people start leaking, they quit. So if you're gonna shoot somebody, all you gotta do is get a hole in them, it's over. They start leaking, nobody wants to press the issue too much anymore. But still, yeah, you gotta, you could miss a man's sight, I could miss being excited and a little bit this or that, hey, you could miss somebody at 30 foot. Stop sometime, I'll hand you that, and you try it.
No, I
And you'll
know.
say, ooh,
Well, see,
boy, can you get off target on when you flinch.
I'm left eye dominant, shoot everything left-handed, but when I grab a pistol, I shoot it right-handed. So you talk about being,
Yeah,
I'm handicapped from the start before I ever start.
but that was my big purchase at the gun show. I thought it might entertain me this winter.
We seen them up there.
Did you?
Yeah, we looked at them.
Were you there?
Yeah, Friday night.
Hell, I didn't see it.
I walked by, he was talking to, one of your other guys behind the table.
Oh, okay.
And there was a guy looking at one of your rifles. And
Right.
the barrel was like that big around, real, like a,
Which one? Mine?
yeah,
Mine?
at your tables there.
Okay.
And I think he was taking it, but the barrel,
Well, that was the guy beside me, maybe.
oh,
There was two tables there, but I was the one with all the Winchester rifles. The guy beside me with all the little stuff is Tom Moore. We set up together. He sold one of them big flintlock or not
Bull
flintlock,
barrel
bull
type.
barrel, great big barrel.
it wasn't calibered very big.
No, it was like a target gun. It probably wasn't might have been like a 32 caliber or something, but it had a barrel not this big.
Yeah.
He bought that in Colorado a year ago, been carrying it around for a year, somebody finally bought it. That's what was going on, I'll bet you, because mine were all Winchester levers. And then, some of them are kind of heavy, but nothing with a huge barrel.
Yeah.
I took all my Winchester collection up there, I'm down to one gun to sell, and I don't care whether I sell it or not. And I hate to give up that spot. I've had that spot for years, and
Yeah.
people come see us and they bring stuff in
Yeah.
and I bought some good stuff at that show. So here I was, I thought, well, I'm not gonna give up the table. So I took 12 Winchester levers up there, put them up for display and had one for sale. Didn't have anybody look at it. So it was pretty boring. Well, I like the guys I'm there with, and you never know what's gonna come through the door.
I was surprised of the prices. I didn't think that they were out of line on prices,
Okay.
on new stuff,
Okay.
up there.
Yeah.
I've been there for quite a while.
No, I missed it. I saw Doug Brown came through and what's his name? I can't say his name. It's that big guy from down Oak Hill.
Greg Terry.
No, I know Greg. This is,
Oh, Richie Otter.
yep, that's who it's right. I
Yeah,
can
he's-
never say that name. And I thought Yoder, you'd think I know, Rich Yoder.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was through, who else from the area? Dick Winslow. Come in and sat there with me. He's getting old.
Oh, boy, I'm surprised he's
He's getting
out and about that much.
he had to sit down for a while, then he got up and went on. He usually runs with a couple of them other guys that I didn't see them. But there's usually a pretty good group of locals that come through. Cause this is the first show. since spring.
Hmm.
Another one in November. I'm gonna be in Tulsa in November. I ain't gonna be at the show up there. And what we do is we just keep paying for the tables, so we don't lose them. And then the other guys on either side of you just use the table.
Sure.
And they have days that they can't make it.
Yeah.
And they give us, so we keep those 4 tables filled.
Yeah.
Somehow. Sometimes I don't know what to bring. I've had Phil Olson come up from Burlington and fill tables for us. He was there.
Hey, guys, you want to just get the public meeting started and then we can go back to conversation?
Okay,
9:45.
where are
Number
we?
10.
You want to hear you?
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll make a motion. We open the public hearing to read the ordinance 12-1 for the reserve officer residency.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, public hearing's now open.
Now, are we gonna read that ordinance, or we just got it here in case somebody wants to read it, or what are we gonna do? We've looked at it.
Well, I guess the significant part is it passed. No one came and talked about it on the, although that's.
Yeah, there ain't no opposition. Is there anybody there?
No, this is something we've talked about with the sheriff's department for 6 weeks.
Brandon came in and.
Yeah, Brandon came in and we went through it, and that's why I said I'm familiar with what's going on here. We just had to have a public hearing before we could, sign an ordinance, because it had to be an ordinance.
Correct.
And with an ordinance, you gotta have a public hearing.
And that was per the.
This is a residency requirement for reserve deputy sheriffs on a case-by-case basis.
And this is for our reserves.
Yes, it's for reserves, it's not for frontline people.
Right.
So I don't think we need very much time here. We can probably close it and move on. Because there's no one in the room, none of you public people object to any of this. No one seemed to come. Yeah, we don't seem to have too much opposition to it, Brad.
Okay, well, if we want to go ahead and make a motion to close.
You want me to open for 5 minutes?
Yeah, let's at least 5 minutes. Let's at least 5 minutes.
Randy and I are gonna sign it before the public comes flooding through the door.
You can stamp it with mine.
It doesn't need to be stamped, I don't think, it just has.
It's just an ordinance, I think we'll pull through enough.
5 minutes, 4 minutes, we'll close the meeting and make a motion to sign.
Sounds good.
And number 11, what's that property? Bring me up to speed on that piece, and who was it was supposed to get that, and what are we doing?
Number 10 or 12?
It's one Vicky brought to us.
Yes, 12. The sack,
It's
tax
out by
sale.
Marsh.
That's the one that's out Marsh. And Adam knows about that
I'll
one
let you
too.
update yourself.
Yeah, that's property in Marsh that somebody was interested, well, my client was interested in buying.
And she's gonna pay the back taxes.
Right.
Owing.
Yeah, and I
And
have-
what was it, like a piece of alley used to be or something in the town of Marsh, or what?
No, it's a lot that went on tax sale.
It was just a lot
Yeah.
in this town of, the old town of Marsh.
I think it's next to a property she's
Right,
purchasing.
got it,
isn't
got it, got it.
Yep.
Well, I don't remember, did she, he, whatever, they come in here and talk to us about this? Or was it just Vicky brought it up?
Just Vicky brought it in. They've never been here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the Kevin woodlot, I believe, is that right? And,
Okay, okay.
Mary Ann Geesey is the purchaser.
Okay, okay.
And she sent me with 2 checks to pay the back taxes.
Parson putting together resolution for
And the
September.
fee. And you've got that resolution, right? I've got a copy of it.
He's got it in the front of what he's looking at.
Okay.
Now when you're gonna have to, Brad's. We don't sign resolutions with Brad, does it?
I don't see
The chair
this
does.
thing.
There it is.
Hey Brad, I got your stamp. Where's your checkbook at?
You'd be disappointed, Chris.
Oh, well, I live with it every day.
Should we close number 10?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to close public hearing on the reserve officer ordinance.
I'll second it.
Okay. Any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion, public hearing closed for the reserve officer.
Okay, I'll make a motion in number 11. I'll make a motion, we sign the ordinance 12-1 for the reserve officer residency.
And I'll,
Okay, thank you.
and I second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion approved.
Okay, I'll make them, well, it's not 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we got 8 minutes according to me.
Especially when you're on these public hearings, you better do it at the right time.
I really thought Brandon would come in on that one. Must be something going on.
Well, he explained,
I know, but I still thought he usually does when it's involving their office, so.
Mhm.
Is Adam Parsons still in there?
Yep, he's sitting right.
So everything's good on that, Adam? On that one on the 10 o'clock one?
Which one are we talking about, Brad? Is that the, I don't have a.
That's the county.
The
Uh,
Marsh property.
oh, yeah, yes, it is.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, I didn't have an agenda in front of me. I wasn't sure which one.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's all right.
You can keep.
I don't have a camera either, so I don't see who's in there. I'm doing this all by my phone.
You know, where you at?
Down in Orlando.
You in a motel room, a bar, or a restaurant, or?
No, we got a condo. We rented a condo down here. Got my 4-year-old grandchild and my daughter down here with us. They're at the water park right now.
well, I gotta go home and haul a horse to a vet. The horse is gonna be the downfall of it. Just, they're getting old. You gotta keep working on them.
So when you've been having hoof trouble?
No, another one. Another one, got an abscess. We cleaned it all out, and opened that abscess and it drained, and I thought, oh, it's gonna be fine. She walked good for a few days, now she's back limping. The last 3 days, I've been opening it up, draining it, and then packing it, sugar dye and iodine. And I have to put her in the stock and wrap it all up and do this and do that. And then she goes out and gimps like she's gonna die. And then you think she's gonna get better. Been 3 days. I'm scared there's something in the hoof. I'm gonna take her up this afternoon and have an x-ray.
She got fever in her ankle too?
Yeah, there's heat in that ankle. You can feel the pulse in it. She's hurting.
Okay. Yeah.
Off that abscess, it bleed, you know, that's usually what relieves the pressure, and they're all right for a little.
Yeah.
But then it apparently sealing back up or doing something. That sugar usually will pull the infection out. I've become about a half a vet, horseshoer. God. That can break your back even in a stock.
Mm-hmm. No,
Yeah, they're messing with a 2,000-pound animal that's upset with you. Don't want to mess with. That's my afternoon. Get these. I'm ready to get these ordinances done and move on.
I love horses, but they can be a pain.
Oh, they can be better when you have, you know. They're fragile. I tell you what, they can cough wrong and die. You think they're big and tough. It don't take much to kill
No, no.
them. Get sick, they're done. Found.
Yeah. Once something happens, then they cost a lot to get them picked up on your property anymore.
Oh, what, to get rid of them?
mm-hmm.
Well, when we had one that died, a couple of them died of twisted intestines over the year, and I hate to see what it costs for rendering to come get them anymore. Of course, we buried one horse.
What are you talking about? Every horse I don't know how many horses we've had over the years, and we've only 2 of them never got buried on a farm. They're gonna dig that place up 1,000 years now.
Think there's dinosaurs out there.
I go out there and think about what's buried before I dig holes. What's where? I've got a lot of horses in the last 35, 40 years.
Oh yeah.
All.
You want to really confuse them, you should throw a couple Civil War guns down in there with the horse.
I know.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to build a highway on Randy's side.
Some of the stuff I've done and got myself into. We had one that Peg just loved that horse, and we had to put her down in Cedar Rapids. And Peg says, we're taking that horse home to bury it. I said, my God, Peggy, how am I gonna take the horse home? Man, 2,000-pound full-size draft horse mare. She said, I don't care. That horse is going home. Well, you can't drag them in a horse trailer. So I go up there with my flatbed and pick her up with the forks and lay her on the flatbed. Tried to wrap her in a tarp and stick her down with a winch. It didn't take long. The tarp blows about half. Well, that was.
I could see you driving down the interstate with a horse on your flatbed.
It's the great mare up there. Oh my. It was terrible.
Hundreds of kids crying when Randy's bringing a horse home.
And I'm like, I couldn't get home fast enough.
I bet not.
But I had
So,
no idea how else I could have done it. I guess I could have kept stopping and ramping it up, but that was a problem. You can't, 2,000-pound dead horse. You can't tuck the tarp under it.
No, I know what you're trying to do, and it's impossible.
So you just let the tarp flap and.
yeah, people wondering, how do you get that horse to lay down?
I'm sure. Yeah.
It's just now.
Now, Susie, that horse is.
He's gonna start.
That's a sure tame horse. He's got him trained well.
I got that white magic drug that you give cattle to make them real docile when you show them. You just give it to them.
Oh, shoot.
Oh,
Oh, God, it was a good player.
yeah, but in the right place, the horse is priceless. You know, like 3 years ago, my brother was up in BFE in Colorado, and along come a blizzard. They couldn't see to get out of there. He just gave the horse its head, and 8 miles later, they showed up at the truck.
Yeah.
He says,
Really?
saved my life. Don't you ever throw a clod at it, you know. So,
Yeah, exactly. Okay, it's 10 o'clock. We can open that meeting and start talking again.
I'll make the motion. We open the public hearing on the tax sale on tax certificate TS 16214.
I'll,
Okay, motion. Okay, public hearing's now open.
okay, I'll go back to the horse stories.
Driving down the interstate with horses on the back trailer. No, both of ours died during the winter, so we had to have a rendering come get it. We couldn't dig in the ground, and
Oh,
Yeah.
hell, I've had them
$300
jackhammer,
worth.
I've had them jackhammer the ground. Because we're gonna bury it on this farm. You can get through frost.
yeah.
They can get through frost. Worst thing I ever had on a horse, to bring you, we're laughing about it now, I'll bring you around here a little bit, feeling bad. I had a 6-month-old colt that got peritonitis, which is infection in the gut lining. And
Yep, got.
Yeah.
Mhm.
they couldn't help her. 6 months. Nice filly colt. That
It makes you sick.
all happened down at Atumwa. And they said, we're gonna put that colt down. That colt's not gonna, it's gonna die a terrible death. And my wife went in and held that horse by its head. And held that head all the way to the ground. When I heard that horse go down in that trailer, that was bad. She was right with it, holding it.
A lot of tears.
I brought it, and then we brought it home. But we had to do that because there we go again. They'd have done that in the stall. Well, then you'd had to drug it in that horse trailer. So we discussed this. What are we gonna do? She said, that horse going home with me. So we.
You knew that.
I left the room. I left them guys out, but I heard the horse go down. She held that horse's head all the way to the ground, so it didn't smash.
You ever seen the movie Horse Whisperer?
Yes.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, it is. You think of all the years that we all raised cattle and horses and stuff like that, they never have their folds or whatever unless it's the worst day of the year. It just seemed like that worked for me all the time. I lost a lot of calves that way.
During the weather change.
Go out there and be a calf stuck to the ground. And
So I'm hauling a horse to the vet, and Peg's leaving for Kentucky for 7 days. Oh, I don't know. But they'll probably want to keep the horse, watch the foot for several days, try to get the infection out of it. My health isn't gonna be there. So don't anybody get hold of me this week. I might be a little busy between chores and. It's my style, buddy. She goes out there in the morning. When I'm leaving in the morning, she's out there cleaning stalls. I said,
yeah.
hey, she's got this list, sat there last night making out this list on what to do in the morning, what to do at 5 o'clock, what to do at 10 o'clock. And I'm like, how much time? She said, well, I'm at least over an hour in the morning.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of responsibility.
Tuesday, I might be a little late getting to the board meeting.
You don't have time for coffee. I'll just let you know right now.
You what?
Coffee is out in the morning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my coffee's out in the morning because I gotta get up to hours. This one gets this, this one gets that, this one gets turned in this lot, this, that, then you clean the stalls. Oh. They were fun, but I don't know. Well, at least when they're dying, we aren't buying back. Used to be as soon as one died, we went out and got another one. At one time, I think we had 9 there.
Yeah, Peg and my mom had a lot in common. They had a lot of horses.
Yeah, we early on, right after I was married, we rented that pasture from your mom and dad. We
Yeah,
flew horses down to your place and take them back in the fall. That field back in my house was cornfield.
oh, it was then.
Yeah, when we first got married,
Yeah,
we were farming that 10 acres there at home and renting pasture from different people. We rented that from your mom and dad down there.
You got that resolution from what that.
hmm.
That was pretty handy
Seemed
down
like,
the road, down the dirt.
yeah, it's close.
Changes that need to be made.
But then we finally
Okay.
quit farming it and went, seeded it all down.
Have it
and
in order.
Had it grass for the last 35 years.
Do you want her to make the change?
Yeah, it made a pretty good pasture for you too.
She wants to send it here, I can print it.
Oh, you can?
Well, we had 9 horses, still rent a little pasture.
Yeah, it's just.
Every
Yeah,
once in a while, it'd get 8 down in dry years. We had problems. I ran
yeah.
Tom Utter and here and there around the country.
It's pretty bad when you got to hay 'em in the summer.
We went to rotational grazing several years.
Yeah,
Tom Utter's alive. Tom said, well, we can make this work, but we gotta, and we put in all fence and we made paddocks, and I've got 4 paddocks there at home. And if I pay attention to those and keep everybody rotated, I can handle 7, 8 horses pretty easy.
yeah, on a dry year.
I've
Yeah.
got 3 now, and we're cutting hay off some of it, just rather than
No, but
mow it. And
that's good.
hay, we just, Whit comes in and hays it for me.
Yeah, that's good. You can get your own revenue back off of it.
Well, and that's all we do. I don't feed what I've got because I feed big square bales. And
Yep.
I don't like feeding round bales. And the only person with a baler up in that area is Whitaker, or them guys that got a big round baler. So
Yeah.
we bale it and sell it. And I buy big squares and feed everybody those.
Did anybody come in on this tax sale thing?
No.
Same group.
Okay, it's been 9 minutes.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we close the public hearing.
Okay, I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting's now closed.
Okay, I'll make a motion at number 13 that we sign the resolution and the certificate for transfer of TF 16214.
And I'll second.
Okay. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed.
So 10:30 and do the other one.
Yep, that's it. That'll be it on all of our meetings, yep.
I had a crystal.
Sandy got all that taken care of with the McDonald, that, the signature part. I read that email. Did you guys get a chance to see that Sandy sent out?
Yeah, I read the email. I don't know, Mr. McDonald's here in the room. I don't know if he is aware of what we've been told.
Okay,
The email, Adam is suggesting that we don't sign this stuff that you want to give to Sullivan now.
Well,
Correct?
yeah, the issue that I had with those 2 documents, the first one appears to be a bill of sale, which you can't transfer property in Iowa through a bill of sale. It has to be through a purchase agreement or real estate contract, which if the parties want one drawn up, we can do that. But a bill of sale would not be the appropriate transfer document. And then the other one is basically telling the auction company that we're in the process of transferring it, which I guess the resolution that you signed today would do that.
But there wouldn't be any problem signed. I looked at those after I read your
Yeah.
email.
The only
And I
problem-
understand what you're saying about the bill of sale,
Yeah.
but then I look at the other one that says, issue the following letter to Sullivan Auctioneers. And I think that is your concern, is letting Sullivan know that this is gonna happen.
Yes.
So that at the auction, he can stand there and say, this is gonna happen, people. Don't let this bother you on your bidding, correct?
Correct.
And that auctioneer is gonna,
When's the auction?
Well, right now it's delayed. I don't
Yeah,
have it.
wait.
There'll be a
because-
deed signed tomorrow, so I guess it just,
So then you'll be
seems
good.
kind of unnecessary.
And,
oh,
and understand the first one as a bill of sale, that wasn't the intent, but I understand what you're saying. And so you're right, throw that one away. The second one is just that. We can't set a date because I have to give Sullivan time to get their advertisement. They want 30 days to at least to be able to I mean, they've got pretty much everything together.
Yeah.
But they still want to get the word out, and they say, we'd like to have 30 days, to do that. So right now, there's no actual date of the auction set. Although back in the 1st of August, when this process started, it was to be it was the 15th of September, we moved it back to 22nd of September. And then we just said, okay, we're on hold.
Yeah.
And I understand, I mean, I understand what the process that it has to go through. And I've told these gentlemen and stuff that I appreciate the movement that you're doing here, because that helps. And yeah, if the second one can be signed, then to me, Sullivan will say, okay, yeah, this is what we need, and we can go ahead and get this going.
yeah, because when I read the second one,
Well, the issue with it is that it says warranty deed, and it would be a quitclaim deed for a railroad right of way.
Oh, gotcha.
okay, yeah, that third paragraph where it says, this is current going through the process of clear and free title and warranty deed from the Louisa County Conservation Board.
We're not warranting clear and free title. We're giving what we have, which
You're-
you would need to do.
Right.
Deed.
You need to do an abstract to do a warranty deed and warrant title, which.
Bring it up.
And the concern was the fact that a quitclaim deed is what it is. And if somebody 10 years from now came back and said, well, now wait a minute, why? At that time, I wouldn't have an explanation for that.
Well, the explanation is that the county obtained it by quitclaim deed, and there's no abstract been brought up to show that we can warrant title.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a quick claim deed.
Okay.
So back again, you say that by tomorrow, everything will be,
Yeah, if the board, I'm assuming a lot, if the board has the public hearing, there's no objection that the board finds compelling, and the board signs the resolution, approves it, and signs it, then I can have the deed prepared tomorrow, and the chairman can sign the deed and the property's
well,
transferred.
then we don't have
So-
any other question on anything. You're by tomorrow, it sounds like you'll have it, if all this goes forward today.
But tomorrow may turn into a week because of.
Oh, if Brad's not here to sign it.
Well, but I understand, and the thing is, and again, just the appreciation for what you gentlemen are doing, and I appreciate that. What the point is now is that Sullivan needs to get the okay.
Yes, yes.
And
I get it.
so we have some time for the rest of this.
And the resolution basically says what that says,
Okay.
so.
Okay.
I think if we provided that to them, that would be sufficient. And
Okay.
if not, we could just change the wording on that, and
If not, we
Sure.
can change this wording and we'll,
I don't see why not.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, and we can come in and sign it. We can, if we have to do that, we'll come in here, special meeting and sign this. But like I said,
Yeah, at the
Let's see.
moment, and we'll see what,
Yeah,
what
let's
happens
see how
today, but it's one of these that, again, at this point, it's just getting Sullivan kicked off to get going. So,
no, I can understand.
Exactly.
needs to, they want something
Yes,
solid for them.
yes.
I get it.
It can for sure time in a week.
Yeah.
But if we have a special,
Yeah,
when will you be back around, Brad?
I'll be in Thursday morning.
This Thursday,
Yes,
days from now,
yes.
we can get it signed by Friday if we have to.
Okay,
So all three of us will be here,
okay.
and we'll just come in here special
Yeah, and only the chair has to sign that and the auditor to attest.
Do we have to make a motion for him to sign it?
That'll be the,
and that'll be
in the
the,
resolution. Yeah, actually, it was left out of the resolution, so I have one out making a couple of changes to it right now. And she'll
so it's by signing that
pre-email.
resolution, making the motion to sign it,
It'll grant
we
the,
do that, we grant him permission, all he has to do is Friday is sign it
correct.
if we need that. Okay, so that's gonna, I think we're gonna be okay.
Good.
This just all takes,
Well, it is an education for me, you know, I mean, my first time going through this too, so you know, and
didn't we have some of this, and it was with
It
Sullivan.
was with Sullivan when, when Butler sold some of his out.
Absolutely. Yep, same thing.
And it even changed some ordinance on our zoning to finish that off.
Yes, it did.
Sold, and then after the fact,
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
the-
they got into a time deal with them. Because I remember Sullivan called me, I was the chairman of the board, and asked if we could add, it was gonna be like another week before we could get it on the agenda. And we added that to the agenda before the meeting, just to help Sullivan get it going. I understand how.
Wasn't after the fact on that one?
I think it was after the fact that we were having to do stuff, but I also know that
I
Sullivan,
think it was too.
when they called me, they were concerned about it was time, the time issue. We made that work. Get all quiet. I don't have any more entertaining stories.
story,
Guess that we're just gonna, that's it.
Oh, I bet you do. Just got to think of them. Now, was there a lot of people at the show?
The gun show?
Yeah.
Oh, it was pretty good. Yeah. About normal, maybe a little more. Saturday was a little slow with the ball game was going on. Sunday morning was good. But back again, I didn't sell it. I had one gun for sale.
what do you got for sale?
That's all you took?
That's all I got left anymore that I really want to sell. Now, it's not all I've got, but I've kind of worked my way through all the fluff that I had that I just really don't need. Now I'm down to all the keepers, and I've only got one left that I think that I want to sell, and I might not take it back. Might decide to keep it.
Yeah. What kind of Winchester is that?
1866 Winchester, brass frame. 1866 model, made in 1869.
Wow.
Nice rifle. I've got two just like it. I got to doing some trading and ended up with two of them. I'm like, I don't need two of these.
You did the day you bought it.
Well, yeah, I know. I get it. Them old ones that have that history behind them. I wish they could talk.
Oh, a lot of history, a lot of history.
Wow. Maybe we're right here.
What year was it, Randy? I missed that.
Made in 1869.
Hmm.
A
Those
lot of history.
saw the action. Anything after about Anything after about 1880, 85, I don't have near the interest in because they weren't out shooting Indians and protecting themselves after 1885. By 1890, it was, you got in trouble when you shot people. Them one,
Yeah.
well, you did. Them that ran in wagon trains in 1869, they didn't get in trouble when they were trying to protect themselves.
No, there was really no laws. Yeah.
Trouble. So them other guns, hell, a lot of them sat in the closet. People just talked about them.
In the 1860s, they still settling Indian ground. Yeah.
I'm supposed to be at Abraham with that horse at 2:30. They don't know if they'll have a vet available, so I'm gonna have to leave her. I was wondering to do chores for her in the morning. Now instead of an hour, it might take 45 minutes.
Just over something in the hoof, huh?
Abscess.
Oh my.
Can't walk.
Has it got a lot of it in there?
What?
Is there a lot of abscess?
Well, it wasn't a very big spot. We found it and we opened it up and it bled and it should have relieved the pressure. She acted,
Yeah.
as soon as you relieve the pressure, it hurt her to cut it. But it actually squirts blood out.
Oh yeah.
And it's terrible.
There must be another one in there then.
Well, you know, that should have opened it up. We did that, left it for a day without any kind of dressing on it. Usually you get by. Well, she had
Yeah.
well, again, 3 or 4 days later, and packed it with sugar dye and iodine.
Yep.
That should pull it out. Well, it wasn't any better like 3 or 4 days later. Now, you don't want to let them go for like a week and a half with an abscess or something wrong.
Yeah. There must be 2 of them in there.
Yep. Usually they go up and come out
Yep.
at the top, the cornet band. It won't do that.
Right.
So they can get so lame that they can't hardly walk if you don't get that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I worry that she has maybe, I never could, when we cleaned that hoof, I never found a puncture wound. But that doesn't mean that it didn't happen and got healed over. So I'm worried that there's maybe something broke off up in it.
Yes. It could be anything.
Sure, what they'll do is the first thing they'll do is they'll take her in and x-ray that foot. And when they x-ray the foot, they'll be able to tell me if something's in it or if it's an abscess or what, how deep it is. And they can go after it from the bottom side. I don't like a knife, but I've seen
But they're still laying. There's probably something still in there.
terrible, terrible deep in those hooves.
Oh my.
So and she needs, you know, we get to cutting too much on that. She needs to be where a vet can give her antibiotics, this and that, so on. So
Yeah. Take care of it.
this isn't life threatening. I've seen it.
Yeah.
We thought it was never gonna heal, and all of a sudden they blow out the top of the cornet band and they're walking great the next day. So this is just typical.
Do we even have a vet will come out to the farm for calves or horses or anything anymore in Louisa County?
Mike Todd's still a large animal vet.
Oh, he still does it? Okay.
Still does it. I think that I've got other horse vets. There's a couple of women that have practice in New London
It's supposed to be good.
that I have had, in an emergency situation, I've had them come in. But I do all my veterinary work with Abraham in Cedar Rapids, Marion. And see, the thing with him is they've got 3 vets there. It's a big, big equine facility. I mean, huge equine facility. He is really a good guy, and I can be there in an hour. I've seen the times that I've sat here with horses that were colicking, and it took me an hour and a half, 2 hours to get a local vet there. Because they're out on a call, or they're doing this, or they're doing that.
There it is.
Well, you just
Oh yeah.
call Abraham's and say, hey, I'm bringing one in, and that's 24 hours a day. And in an hour, you're there. And
Yeah.
one of the, as far as I know, the best equine facilities in Southeast Iowa. We've done a lot of business with them over the years.
In the ag world, there's a shortage of large animal vets, because so many of us went
Right.
where the money is in the pet vets.
Well, you wear yourself out on an animal vet. I mean, that's a lot of work.
Oh, you bet it is, especially when you're doing cows or horses and handling them. And
Yeah. Atumwa has an equine facility where they can perform surgery. I've had surgery done years, and most of the time we took them to Ames. And they can really work on horses there. And that was mainly for twisted guts and colic.
right. Yeah, you think with Iowa having one of the big vet training schools that we'd have more vets, but it seems to work just the opposite.
Yeah, but a lot of these vets that we've got are graduates of Iowa State. That's
Yeah, they all do small animals. Yep.
all come out of there.
Where the money's at.
From Iowa to go into the vet program every year,
I didn't know that.
which I always thought was, I've known young guys in the livestock industry that was just waiting to get into Iowa State and finally give up, which, why are we
Really?
all over the world? Let's train people here that grew up with it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I always thought was a little
Strange. Yeah.
strange. And some of that is taxpayer dollars too.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realize that.
But they're going to take a little more time to get there to Ames. They leave here with a horse trailer up there, take 3 hours to get up there. A horse down there dead by the time you get there. But we haven't done that for a long while. Anything serious like that. Abraham's, but that Abraham clinic, he's only, he's my age, a couple years younger, and he's winding down. He's got 3 other vets, and he sold 2/3 of that facility to another big outfit that's all they do is buy these big vet clinics and stuff. He still owns like 1/3 of it. But he's winding down. We're gonna lose him one of these days, but maybe we'll be done with horses by the time he's done with horses.
Yeah. At that age, it's harder to do a lot of that stuff.
Well,
Everything's heavy.
he's at least he specializes in equine, and then he's got 2 other people there. And a lot of help. He gets a lot of the people, a lot of the girls that work there and help him. And well, it's mostly been girls. Our students from the equine program at Kirkwood. And he gets a lot of them out there, and people do their internship and so on and so forth. He's involved in that. We used Terry Mangold a little bit out of Washington for several years.
He does a lot of the cattle, isn't he?
Well, he doesn't anymore. He's done. He's the guy when you ever go to on 92, if you're going like to Sigourney, before you get to West,
Yeah.
all those belted Galloway and black cow,
Yep.
white circle around him. You've seen them on the way to Des Moines, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
That's where
Yeah.
him and his wife raised those cows. Yep.
He's got quite a few, too.
Okay, we can open.
I'll make a motion, we open the public hearing on the sale of conservation property 1231-480-00, 1231-428-00, 12-31-277-000, and 12-31-252-00 to McDonald Limited.
Thank you. Second?
Second,
Okay, public hearing is now open,
Want to read that public?
right at 10:30.
okay, there's nobody here from the public right at this moment, but we did get a letter.
Yeah, we'll just leave it open for about 5 minutes.
I'm gonna read the letter. I suppose that's why it was
Please.
written. It was written on September 9th, 2022. It says, "Dear Supervisors, it is of my opinion that any property is not utilized by the people of Louisa County that is owned by the county should be sold. This way, all of Louisa County can benefit by having reduced taxes. Sincerely, Max Totemeyer." Max is out of Columbus Junction. Put that back in the thing. It's just, that's the only comment so far that I've had on the, we've had on the public hearing.
Okay, thanks, Randy.
And use a half-ton truck full of horse trailer. My new one isn't in yet. Scared to death. I'm gonna over one time too many, and that horse trailer pulls harder than my flatbeds.
Because it catches more air.
You can pull a flatbed with a 10,000-pound tractor on it. It gets better mileage than pulling that horse trailer. That horse trailer is like pulling a sailboat behind you.
Like a big wall.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get your new truck yet?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Every time I drive that half ton, it's got 75,000 on it. Now, there's no problem. But those half tons probably weren't meant to work quite as hard as what I work that truck.
Probably not.
And I just hear horror stories about $6,000 transmissions.
Yeah, they're not heavy.
I'm not having any problem. I service it. We do this and that. But I just think my luck is I'm going to be on the way to hauling a horse 3 days before the new truck comes in and lose a tranny. I told him the other day at Wheelies that I said, that all my running around's done. All my runnings around done. I'm not. Now we're hauling horses.
I'm surprised you didn't want your pickup early.
I offered to give it to him, but you gotta be a little leery. I'm a little leery about that. You know, I ordered that last year.
Yeah, but you didn't take the first one, did you?
Well, they ordered the wrong truck, yes, but it took till, well, what was it, a month
First
ago?
August, yeah.
1st of August, it comes in, and I thought, boy, this is great, it was the wrong truck. They ordered the long bed rather than a short bed. So we started over, and we had to order 23, and it's built, it's Flint, Michigan, but can't get the trucks to come here.
Yeah, they're still slow.
23s are coming through. 23s are coming through in 6 weeks.
Yeah, and they still got 22s they haven't got parts for.
The 22s that really, they got 8 months behind on them.
Yeah. I don't know if they're going to put 23 stickers on them or what, but my nephew told me that the 22s, they still got a lot of 22s in the lot that they're waiting on parts.
Oh, really?
I probably really have sales.
Well, I think Wheelie's got all their 22s are here. Anything that's coming now is 23s. And they have got some, but they're not coming very fast. I think he said they had like 8 or 9 sitting in Flint.
Hmm.
I think when they got a transport full, they'd send them. But I'm just waiting. I probably should just let them have my, I know that Here, you got it, it works good today.
That way you don't have to worry about it.
Got plenty of trucks to drive, I sure don't need,
Yes, you do.
but, no, I don't have plenty of trucks to pull horse trailers with.
To see her happen.
I'd go so 86 of mine would, but
Well, at least it ain't 100 degrees out today. You ain't
and
gonna-
I'm not gonna drive fast, I'm gonna drive easy. I only hold one horse. I don't have good luck on things like that, though. You never know.
Well, I know what you mean.
Well, it's been 6 minutes. What do you guys think?
The fuel cost an arm and leg to fill that thing up.
I'll be all right.
Well, we have been open for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I got 6, so.
I'll make a motion, we close the public hearing on the coastal properties.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, for discussion, do we need to make that where we, the next two?
Let's do what?
Waive them? Next 2 meetings, you want to waive those? And there's 3 meetings on that?
No,
It's just ordinances.
that's just ordinances.
Yeah, it's just ordinances, we don't have to.
Okay. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I'll make a motion, we sign the resolution for the sale of the 4 easement conservation properties to McDonald Limited.
Okay. Second,
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion passed. I'll sign that when I get back Thursday.
You'll sign that and the deed.
Sounds good.
All right.
Any other business brought forth today, guys?
No, I think that's got the agendas done, so I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
Okay, second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Good.
Take care, guys.
Have a good trip.
Yep, thanks. You got to take care. Bye now.
Yeah. We talked the other,
Should be close to being done.
talked a month ago, so.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,